no doubt that the Liberty are one of the most talented teams in the WNBA. They have a rising face of the league in star point guard Sabrina Ionescu and a plethora of weapons around her, including a winner in Steph Dolson and a former Defensive Player of the Year in Natasha Howard. And that's not to mention a very interesting international sophomore duo of Honshu and Marine Johannes of the French national team and the Chinese national team, respectively. Needless to say, it's confusing to watch this much talent behind a veteran head coach in Sandy Brondello post one of the worst records in the league. Most recently, the Liberty have dropped 3 straight and 5 of their last 6. Going into July, it was clear that the Liberty may struggle this month given their strength of schedule and the West Coast road trip. They started the month in LA, and when they returned home from their West Coast road trip, it was for a 2-game set against the best the W has to offer in the star-studded Las Vegas Aces. The Liberty took 2 tough losses in both of those from Barclays. As of a few days ago, ESPN's Basketball Power Index gave the Liberty a 17.8% chance of making the playoffs, which is the second lowest in the league behind the Indiana Fever, who have already been mathematically eliminated from playoff contention. Following their most recent loss, Sandy Brondello was far more candid about her team's performance than she's ever been following previous losses.
That was absolute shit game. And I had to sit through it, unfortunately. Sometimes you know how you feel helpless? You're like, I don't know. Can we stop at halftime? We're good.
With only 1/3 of the season remaining, the Liberty's fate is in their hands. The playoffs are still a realistic goal if they're able to turn things around quickly.
You know, we'll watch the video and we have 12 games. You know, we control our own destiny right here. Okay, what kind of team do you want to be? So we have opportunities. Maybe it's the kick in the butt we really need. I hope so. I'm hoping that's the case.
When the Liberty are playing well, it's because they're playing as a cohesive unit on both sides of the ball, moving the ball well offensively with good movement, and on defense, switching well and playing solid team defense. Over the past few weeks, the Liberty have struggled to come together, and the record has reflected such. Here's head coach Sandy Brondello on what the Liberty will look to improve upon before Tuesday's matchup in Connecticut.
Yeah, look, defensively, it's more like you have to be connected. And I thought it became very individual all the way across. And that we can't play like that because we're not built. We don't have these one-on-one defenders, and we need help. And you know, I think we get too much in our own heads. So you know, we'll watch the film, and each and every one have to hold themselves accountable. Like, how do you want to play? And you got to do it together. I think we went away from our teamwork. So, and you know, offensively, it's just good to great. You know, didn't help each other get open, didn't make right reads, didn't exploit the right one. We got so frustrated that the brain froze.
The Liberty will have yet another opportunity to right the ship on Tuesday in Connecticut versus the Sun. Now closing in on playoff push time, every contest is extremely important. And if the Liberty want a fighting chance for that 8th seed in August, it all starts this week. It'll be 2 road day games for the Liberty, first in Connecticut before they head to DC for the Mystics. Very important week in Liberty basketball with their playoff hopes hanging in the balance. With WFUV Sports, I'm Miles Grossman.